Welcome back to Karis Investments, where investments are made simple. Luminar. Guys, I've been saying Luminar since when? Last November, last October. We have made, and the funny thing is, I didn't get into this very early. I got into it mid stage, in the mid 20s, 30s. So I was able to flip up in the 45, I was able to catch it back down in 25, was able to sell again in the 35. But guys, Luminar have been making a lot of money for me. Previously, I made a huge trade. I was out and now I was able to get back in. I think I will hold this one for 6 months to a year now. All right. I think I will hold this one. You hear me say 6 months to a year because what? I was able to get my average. I bought all my shares back at $17.10. We saw it break $17, go into that $16 and I believe 80 something cents. But as usual, because my TD is so slow to process these trade, I purposely pay more than the market price. It was trading, I believe, at 1680 or whatever the price was, and I go in, I put an order in for 10 cents more than what the market price was. It was a risk, but because I know this company and I believe this company will make a lot of money. You guys remember the video that I made in terms of Luminar and Intel and the partnership at that time with Mobileye and Intel and Luminar. And we saw the relationship, what's going on that end. But you guys knew that I make a lot of trade in this company. I've always been profitable. And I say, you know what? This was a golden opportunity for anyone that's following this stock. Keep in mind, guys, we saw what Xpeng is doing, the first smart car, electric car, which is a smart car in China. Luminar have a great potential right now because they're using that LiDAR technology. And a lot of people are going to jump in this. Now, we saw there's a few competition coming out of Japan as well that's trying to develop the same technology. We know how great those guys are as well, but I believe Luminar is ahead right now. We saw the same thing with Innoviz as well right here, right? But Luminar was in the low 16s and I overpaid. I paid $17.10. I load up, guys. I loaded up and shares. I'm not going to tell you guys how many I buy. It's a lot. It's a risk. But the amount doesn't matter because my plan for this stock is to wait and see once the self-driving smart car comes out. Maybe somebody's going to buy this company out, or maybe this company is going to get more market share. We shall see. Now, if you guys are thinking about the big picture, right now it's EV is electric cars. I think in the next, I would say next next 5 to 10 years, we'll see a closer gap, probably 30% more EV cars on the road than gas car. Because right now we still have less than a few percentage, right? But in the next 5 to 10 years, I think the ultimate goal is to have maybe 30% to 50 of electric cars that's driving on the road. Now, in that same time frame, there's going to be a lot of technology, a lot of tech investment in terms of the road safety. A lot of investment from the government will start be in road the infrastructure, if it's good enough, if it's appropriate, if it's safe for smart car technology. And I believe Luminar setting themselves up right now for future growth, future opportunity, and as well, guys, somebody else could come and buy them out. You just never know. But for now, I put a lot into this company, more than what I should, because I'm very skeptical. As I said, I invested in too many companies, but it's going to come a time down the road, and I hate this video is getting so long, but I just want to share how passionate I am about this, guys. If you believe in something, you have to go 100% or 110% or 200%. Please do your research to see if there's other companies. Now, my second companies that I pull in there, I could have got more Luminar shares, but what I did, I save a little so I can get a little more of my favorite guys here. Remember the code, guys, INVZ. This company is going to take off as well, right? If it wasn't for the pull on the market in the last 2-3 weeks, we would have seen a huge rise in Innoviz. Now, I let you guys know like months ago about this company, Innoviz. I believe that was back in December. I let people know to keep an eye for the IPO. Now, the IPO is here. It's trading lower than what I expected, but I'm happy because I was able to get more share. Now, keep in mind, Luminar, if you take a look back on April 20th, so since last Thursday, last Friday, Luminar was trading again, was way below like 17, like 16.88 around that price, if even not lower. But that's 32% in the last 5 days. That's the gain and the investment I made in this company. Now, keep in mind, I made a ton of profit in the last few months when it had that huge spike that crosses over in that 45 per share. Now we go back, we can see he has that huge run, right? And guys, I like to set up my automatic sale. If I buy a stock in the low, right? I got in the low, right? Says, okay, this is a typical example. I could have tried to get in early, but I didn't. I got in just around in the 27, 28 range. I put that, okay, I want to sell above 45. I put 45 in, it sells. Even though it goes higher, I was okay with it. It goes up 46 plus. I didn't care. I sold at 45. That was my goal. And then the market for EV came to a huge pull. We saw that Blink was trading at 19 around that time. We saw Luminar came back down into 23. We saw Tesla was low. Everyone was low. So I was able to get back into Blink in 20s, get back some more of Luminar. And then we can see I made a huge sale again when it crosses 35. Now, this was a blessing, guys. I was able to get back every single share that I had originally plus double. So, meaning that if I had 1,000 shares originally, now I have twice the amount of shares in the company for half the price. So, it was a huge win. Basically, the profit I made before bought me like 200% of the shares that I had originally. It's insane. So, I'm keeping Luminar for a long time. As I said, guys, I'm up 30% in 5 days in Luminar. If we look at Nicola as well, we got it. That we saw was in the low $9 per share. Remember, I let you guys know Nicola was trading in the low here. We can see it breaks $10. So the additional shares that we pulled up in Nicola is up 30% as well. Now, this is why I say, guys, you got to buy low, sell high. If I was thinking short term, I could have sold my Nicola, I could have sold my QuantumScape, I could have sold my Luminar, I could have sold my Innoviz. All these companies are plus 20%. Now, if we take a look at Innoviz, we saw the same similar chart. I don't even need to go over the chart. We can see the entire market was down on the 20th. If you buy a little of anything, you'd make plus 20%, right? We saw these guys break $9 per share. We can see today they're 1080. Now, even if we look back on the 22nd, they were trading around the same price as what they are right now. So in literally 2 days, you could have made 20 to 30% on any investment that you made on April 20. Now, I told you guys before this strategy, guys. Sell when it's high, hold, buy when it's low. Now, we saw the exact same thing back on March 5th. I let you guys know on that date as well. Buy. I said, I'm buying. I can't force anyone to pick up shares. You have to make that decision. No, I won't make a deep dive in terms of the cash flow and all those analysis. You can check the previous videos out. Not much is changing with these EV companies for now. Now, the another investment that I did top end, you guys know I still hold Xpeng. I have Neo, I have Tesla, all those guys. As I'm saying, I need at some point, I will have to break it down to see which of the top three companies I want to get in the EV space and in the cell space, and to keep my portfolio down because I'm getting into too many companies. Yes, you can manage it. It just takes a lot of time management. It takes a lot of research. But for sure, Luminar and Innoviz is two of the companies that will make a huge stain. The issue is right now, hard to predict which one is going to be a bigger fit. Me personally, I'm still betting on Luminar over Innoviz. Keep in mind, this could change basically if there's any new acquisition, if there's any step forward in their tech, if there's any progression. These two can change back and forth, but I'm betting on Luminar. I think I'm going to stay put with these guys. We can see today they're up 15%. We can see Innoviz is up just over 1%. We can see QuantumScape for the day today is up 6%. Even though we look back to April 20, this is a total of 30 plus percent. We saw the similar thing with Nicola. They're up close to 8% today. It's a huge gain for them as well. We can see they pull back up plus 30% since April 20. And of course, Tesla is my big boy here, still staying strong. I never even worry about Tesla. The only thing I can do, if it drops below 7, I buy 10 shares more, or you buy 5 shares more, or you buy 100 shares more. Never going to touch Tesla. Same go for Apple. We can still see Apple, I believe, at 134.60 right now. So there's no change into those guys, into Tesla and Apple. It's just a few here and there shares that I acquired. And keep in mind, guys, there's different strategies that you can use. If you make any big trades, you can use the profit from those trades to buy shares to spread across the board, or you can just use the profit to invest in one specific company. For example, when I made those huge trade, I was able to get back into Luminar and Innoviz. Now, for QuantumScape, I'm still adding shares as you go because the price right now at $38, it is still cheap. So it's a no-brainer for me to see if it's below 29. If I see it below 29 again, I'm buying 100 to 250 shares again. Keep adding shares because I know in the long run, definitely this company will cross back 65, 70 in the near future, right? I believe in 2 to 3 months, we will see on the QuantumScape, it will break $70 per share again. So if you want to make 100% of your money right now, then QuantumScape is one of the guys that will give you that for sure. In terms of Nikola, it is a wild card. It could stay here for a while, or you can wake up one morning and it's $100 per share. So this is why I have to keep invested in companies like Nikola and QuantumScape because I know there's a huge upside to those two companies. Now, obviously, we know Tesla have an upside. We know Apple have an upside. But right now at this stage, I think those guys have a huge upside. When you look at Nikola, you look at QuantumScape, you look at Neo, you look at Xpeng, and of course, you look at Luminar Tech, and for sure with Innoviz Technology. Guys, if you like the video, please go ahead and subscribe. Hopefully that you guys get to watch the complete video. Listen, guys, I only make videos of stocks that I buy and sell in my portfolio, nothing else. If you do have any suggestions, definitely let me know. If it fits my portfolio, I will go ahead and do my own research. And then if it makes sense, then I'll add it to my portfolio. Now, before I go, this is not financial advice. Please do your research. Research is crucial. It makes it easy for you to make decision. And this is what I do, guys. I kept researching the companies that I have in my portfolio. So if there's any news, I can just share the light to you guys as my subscriber. Now, guys, if you're subscribed already, please, I thank you so much. If you're not yet, please go ahead, hit that subscribe below. And always remember, please like, leave a comment, and trade responsibly and safe. Peace out.